I set it up on my personal account initially, and then I just removed that that account from it because I only use that for testing. And I made sure to remove any tasks that weren't being used. And I saw you were in there cleaning stuff up too, which is awesome. So everything that's in there now, I went through it yesterday, and it is functioning properly, and it has all the notifications that Doug wants. But I mean, I've used this for a lot of different stuff, even if it's just temporary projects. So if you log in and click on Zaps, these are the ones that are on right now. So this one, every time a new appointment is scheduled, it sends a text to Doug. Every time that somebody enters a consult, it goes onto that new Google Sheet. Every time somebody enters a new consultation into Cognito Forms, it sends him a text. Every time somebody enters something for FastFit Express enrollments, it sends him a text. Every time that there's a new enrollee on FastFit Nation, it auto sends you that email that says, can you please add this member? FastFit Express, people go onto a Google Sheet with this one. Vegas Consult, this sends that email to Alec, and I traded it out to come from your email in case my email got shut down in the future, and it just asks him to block out the other Vegas locations so that we don't have that overlap. And then website lead form, this one's super important. So
yeah, I had to put that one back in there. I think you were trying to get rid of your email out of there, and it was deleted.
oh, good Lord.
Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to ask you is about where it came from in WordPress. Like, I didn't know where to find it. I retrieved it out of the trash, just reenacted it, and put my email instead of yours. But, I don't know where those sheets are in. I mean, it's working now. I fixed it.
It is working. Okay.
But I had to retrieve it. I didn't know where to get the WordPress forms from.
So it's actually on the admin panel for WordPress, and I will go through that with you guys very shortly.
Okay.
And basically, it's already linked up to this WP Forms account. So WP Forms is only used on our website. Ninja Forms is used on our Google Sheet, on our Google sites. So it kind of like there's a separation there, so you know which is which. And then whatever information is entered there hits a webhook, and that webhook forwards it into the CRM, which I'll show you where to do that, and then it sends the email notification.
Okay.
Is it for sure working?
Yeah, I tested it.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm going to do this part for Richard just so he understands, because I don't think I've ever taken you through a full Zap.
No.
And Carrie, you may know this, so whatever you want to do during this time, but you're basically forwarding information across different platforms. So it's an interconnective web that allows you to connect different cloudware and software to each other. And it allows you to do things like hook up a form to a webhook, which I know you've done in the past. It allows you to like take form information and drop it into a spreadsheet. You can do so many combinations of stuff though. Like you can set up filters to say like, hey, check this information, and if it contains X, Y, and Z, pass it to the next stage. If not, kill it. So there's a lot of experimentation that goes into it, but I think they have like hundreds of apps that are inside here. And these are only the recommended ones. But if I type in like form, like these are all the different applications that have a form in them that they connect with. Okay. So if you ever had a form on any one of these, and not just forms, but like really anything. So let's just say that there's a Cognito form that you create, which I'll log in, like all this stuff we'll get to. But I create a new Cognito form. Well, the account is already attached. So I could always attach a new app, and it'll have me log into that account to authorize it. So if you add, like, let's say there's something called XY forms in the future, and you click on it in here, it'll force you to log into XY forms to attach your account to Zapier.
Okay.
But when I come in here, I'm going to select Cognito Forms. I'm going to say when there's a new entry and click continue. So I'm setting up the first event, which is the trigger. And I'm going to say it's this account, continue. And then it's like what form needs to be filled out for something to happen. So if I do like review gift cards, let's say I want to send an email or put it on a spreadsheet or send a text when somebody enters a new form. I select this form, review gift cards, click continue, and then find the data so it'll make sure it's working. Of course, I picked the one that's not active. Go figure. Let me find something that is active. We'll do a consultation result form. Continue. test trigger. Okay, so it found data. Click continue, and it's like, okay, cool. We've got this data. We're done with this. What do you want to do with the information? So if you want to send like a text, you could click SMS, click continue. I only have Doug's number on here. It's SMS number 9, but you can always add a new number. And all it has you do is add the number. It sends you a verification PIN, and then you type it in, and it says, cool, your number is verified. And I'm not going to do his right now because it'll send him a text message. He'll be confused why he's getting text messages like I did to him yesterday. But basically, let me do one that I can do. Let me do an email. So rather than a text, let's say I'm going to send an email. Microsoft Outlook, choose an app. Oh, why is it doing this? That's weird. Isn't that weird, Carrie? It's like asking.
Yeah. That's strange.
That's highly confusing. I'm not going to try to troubleshoot stuff right now, but we'll do just email by Zapier. Sure. Send outbound email, continue. So who do I want to send the email to? Send it to Carrie. Whenever this event happens, I want it to send an email to you. Subject line that I want on that email, and then the body. This is where you can actually select the fields that you want from the first data point to insert into that email. So I can come down through and say like, hey, Carrie, this is a brand new entry for XYZ form. The first name of the client is da-da-da, the email is da-da-da, so I can click these in, and it'll insert that piece of data wherever that is, moving forward for anybody that enters that field. The other thing that I can do is click in between here, and I can do a filter. So I can literally say like, hey, I want it to filter this data. So I want it to look at the, let's say, the result. And I only want it to choose ones that contain the text enrolled. Continue. This would not have continued, so it did not enroll. So if you wanted to set up like at one time I set up a notification to myself only for enrollment, separate from the text feed. So this is just a filter that will filter the data and decide what to send. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. It also has a task history. I'm actually gonna update this. Really? I'm gonna change the email. Do you want me to use media@fast.fit, or do you guys want me to use one of your emails as the Zapier email? Because it'll send you like, hey, there's errors right now in your Zapier. Like, go fix it.
I don't know, because I don't check the media one. I guess I'll have to start with that.
I just forwarded it to my email, to be honest, so I got all of them.
Yeah, that's fine. And just use the media one. It'll be easier.
Okay, and I'll update it on the spreadsheet. And you can actually go in and click on task history. It'll show you all the tasks that have taken place, each and every single one for all of these. So appointment notification, view task log, and it'll show you like successes. If there's issues with it, it'll give you a button like, do you want to rerun all these tasks? So let's say it broke for 2 days and you want to go rerun it and have it send everything. Like let's say the thing broke for the website. You can rerun those tasks, which actually you probably already did that, but let me just make sure there's not any failed tasks in here. All statuses, stopped, delayed, held. Okay, so they're all run. And that's all I ever use this for.
Okay.
So, okay to move on?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good.
Cognito forms, next up.